Does the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints endorse certain political ideals?
This is an interesting question.
It is.
Because there's a really fine line that we're trying to wrestle with here, right? Where the early saints recognized from religious history that a church can go too far, and yet we also need this freedom of conscience, and religion can be a witness and a voice of truth. So how do you manage the two? Okay. Does the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints endorse? I'm going to fill in some things. Candidates, no. Right? We've decided that's one thing we just don't want to do because human beings are so mixed. And it's every saint's individual decision. How do you weigh good and bad within a person against each other to decide? So candidates, no. Political parties, also no. Same reasoning. Political ideals, though, yeah, sometimes the church will speak up for an ideal. Religious freedom would be one, right? Where we'll say, we believe religious freedom should be protected. Now, how do you manage that? We're going to leave that to parties. We're going to leave that to candidates. We're going to leave that to individual saints as citizens to decide. But we will speak up on an issue. The same way, incidentally, that any nonprofit organization might. I used to run a theater, right? And a theater should not endorse a candidate or a party, but might speak up for more arts funding or about an issue of justice that they feel significantly about. And then we are reminded in Doctrine and Covenants 134, verse 9, that beyond these things there's a hard line where even where a church is influential, they should never try to grab power for themselves, right? And just become the official religion. So it says in verse 9, we do not believe it just to mingle religious influence with civil government, whereby one religious society is fostered and another proscribed in its spiritual privileges, and the individual rights of its members as citizens denied. So that's the sort of thing we were talking about, where the saints in Missouri were this small minority, right? And they weren't protected and learned to value that when they established Nauvoo and had a charter that gave them broad independence. They said, oh no, now we're the majority. Let's write into our laws, right? That everybody who comes here has the right for their religion to be respected and equally so, right? Even though there may be very few of them and a lot of us.